are the initial findings of an independent investigation into education bodies in the Decho region. Sarah St. Pierre has our top story tonight.
Some district education authorities in the Decho are overdue for elections. The DEAs of Jean Marie River, Wrigley, and Nahanni Butte need to have them as soon as possible. That's one of the main recommendations following initial findings from the investigation. The territorial government launched the investigation this summer following concerns in the region, but did not provide a specific cause. The initial report has not been made available, but according to the Department of Education, the findings show that DEA elections have been irregular due to limited resources, and not because individuals were holding on to positions with improper motives. According to the department, the independent investigator recommended the territorial government take a more active role in supporting the education bodies with their elections, and that they should do this with the help of local governments. The investigation is still ongoing. A final report is now expected by early December, but the territorial government has not yet decided it will make the final report public. Sarah St. Pierre, CBC News, Yellowknife.
Nunavut Tungavik Incorporated, or NTI, has officially created a new organization tasked at addressing housing issues in Nunavut. The Igluvut Corporation is a non-profit that'll work to reduce housing shortages and overcrowding. The Igluvut Corporation was first announced by NTI in August. The corporation and the Inuit Housing Fund will form the foundation of NTI's new Nunavut Inuit Action Plan. NTI made the announcement in Rankin Inlet today. NTI's vice president says the new housing program is not part of the Nunavut 3000 strategy and will benefit Inuit beneficiaries only.
These houses that we will be building will be for beneficiaries only, Nunavut beneficiaries. It will not be tied to their employment, so it can be more affordable. And we are looking at ways how these houses can be different, which reflects Inuit values, how they should be structured in terms of our environment. As you know, in the wintertime, it can be quite windy. So those are the things that we will have to look at.
Responsibility for the housing strategy will be divided between Nunavut's 3 regional Inuit associations. They will be tasked with construction of the 700 new units territory-wide. Work under the new program is set to start April 2026. The majority of voters in the Peace River region in Alberta say they don't support a nuclear power plant in their backyard. Some leaders further north say their voices still aren't being heard. The County of Northern Lights asked 2 non-binding questions during a recent election. One was about studying the impacts and benefits of nuclear energy. The other was about supporting a nuclear power plant near their community. Most said yes to learning more, but no to building a plant. One former Thabathli Denisolene chief in the NWT says the results made him hopeful that residents in the Peace River area are on the same page as Northerners.
They're going to use a large volume of water for the cooling process. And the Peace River has 3 dams on it right now. The river is stressed out as it is. There's been changes to the water temperatures, threatened fish populations, plant life, animal habitat. And why should we have to bear the brunt of that when we're not even a part of the decision-making process? There's no turning back. Once a nuclear accident happens, that's a kind of a forever scenario.
Energy Alberta is the company behind the proposal. A spokesperson said it's still early in the federal review process, and the company plans to meet with local governments and 37 Indigenous nations across the region. But it didn't say if it would include any First Nations in the Northwest Territories. The entire coastal plain of the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge in Alaska is now open to oil and gas drilling. The United States government made the announcement earlier today, reversing former President Joe Biden's decision to protect the area. The Donald Trump administration says the move is to boost domestic energy development and the economy. Drilling in Alaska's Arctic National Wildlife Refuge has been controversial for decades. Opponents warn it could devastate Indigenous communities and wildlife, including the porcupine caribou herd, whose calving grounds are in the wildlife reserve. The herd also migrates to the Yukon, and Gwich'in communities have relied on the caribou for centuries. Letters from a jury to a judge offer a glimpse into the stress and anxiety experienced by some jurors while trying to reach a verdict in a recent trial in the Northwest Territories. Tamara Merritt has that story.
Zach Lafferty is charged with second-degree murder in the death of Dejan Drybones. His week-and-a-half-long trial ended Sunday in a mistrial when jurors couldn't come to a unanimous decision on the verdict. Public letters from the jurors to the judge reveal that some were feeling high levels of stress and anxiety and had mental and emotional breakdowns as they were trying to reach a verdict. The letter also said some suffered physical effects of distress, including headaches, nausea, and vomiting. They said they were deadlocked and asked the judge to consider their well-being and allow deliberations to end. Justice David Gates called a mistrial that evening. Before the mistrial was called, the jury was deliberating and had been sequestered for 3 days. The Justice Department and the NWT says they have provided support to jurors after trials in the past and will continue to do so upon request. They also say they are looking to implement a juror and assistant support program. Without a verdict on his charges, Lafferty remains innocent until proven guilty. The date for his new trial is set to be determined on November 10th. Tamara Merritt, CBC News, Yellowknife.
A 22-year-old man from Arviat Nunavut is in police custody after RCMP issued a territory-wide warrant for his arrest earlier today. In the initial warrant, police said the man was wanted for aggravated assault, breaking and entering, and failing to comply with a release order. Now, police say they've located the man. RCMP say he is in police custody and is awaiting a bail hearing. The Yukon election campaign is heating up. Today, the Yukon NDP and the Yukon Party released their platforms. Yukon NDP leader Kate White revealed the platform during a press conference outside the Yukon legislature. She focused on the party's commitments towards healthcare, housing, and affordability. Curry Dixon, the leader of the Yukon Party, revealed his platform at a house under construction in Whitehorse. Dixon says the location reflects the party's priorities to build more houses and recognize tradespeople. Now, if you want to hear more from the leaders of Yukon's 3 territorial parties, CBC is hosting a leaders forum tonight, starting at 7 p.m. Yukon time. You can listen on CBC Radio 1 in the Yukon or stream it live on our CBC North YouTube page or cbc.ca/north. The community of Watson Lake, Yukon, hosted a candidates forum Wednesday night for the upcoming election. All 3 prospective MLAs attended the event. They discussed large issues like the cost of living, emergency management, housing, infrastructure, and reconciliation. But they also talked about issues specific to the community. Watson Lake is part of a new riding that includes Faro and Ross River. The CBC's Luke Carroll has more from the community.
About 30 people gathered in person in Watson Lake last night to hear what prospective MLAs had to say about a number of issues.
I'm a homeowner and a taxpayer. I've been an avid volunteer and served a term on town council. I've been the MLA for Watson Lake for 14 years and have had a long and sometimes bumpy relationship with the Alaska Highway.
My grandmother owned and operated the Watson Lake Hotel after the Alaska Highway was built. As a kid, I spent countless hours with my dad as he visited elders, seniors, and folks who were struggling. That taught me what leadership really looks like.
I am the manager of the BBNXAT program at the Council of Yukon First Nations, a program I helped build since 2022 based on community and elder guidance. I helped build the Community Impact Statement Coordinator program through Council of Yukon First Nations as well, based on cross-Canada data and community guidance.
Several big issues were talked about at the event, but to Watson Lake Mayor Lauren Hanchar, the most important in this election are financial stability of the municipality, emergency preparedness, infrastructure, community safety, and housing.
So I would say that out of all of those, there's probably two that are tied for first, and I would say community safety and housing. Community safety, we're a small town, but we're not immune to the effects of the drug crisis that's plaguing the entire country. So of course, mental health and addiction supports for people who need it, and aftercare, I think, is a huge gap in the community right now.
This pattern of funding is not only unsustainable, but puts health and wellness of our residents and the environment.
Now, these are issues that are facing every community in the Yukon, but there were also opportunities for attendees to ask about specific ones facing Watson Lake.
Pet project now is trying to get a structure of some sort for training and things for the students of Watson Lake, and also for the community. Some like a vocational school.
Dixon says he was there to hear how candidates felt about this project. He says Watson Lake is a hub, and it's losing youth who head to Whitehorse for more education. Another issue that was addressed was the fact that this is a new riding that now encompasses Ross River and Faro, along with Watson Lake. This change is something not all the candidates agreed with.
Well, I can tell you that the people of Watson Lake came out, I think, strongly against this new riding. The people of Faro came out quite strongly against this new riding. But here we are. We have the new riding. I think it's going to be a challenge.
I really thought it was a good thing that the three communities were in this riding because Watson Lake, Ross River, and Faro are communities that are within the larger Kaska Nation.
I looked at it as quite an opportunity to bring people together and to advocate for the region.
The candidates are expected to be in Faro for another forum on Friday. Luke Carroll, CBC News, Watson Lake.
Election Day in Nunavut is now less than a week away. One issue top of mind for many Nunavummiut is the lack of housing in the territory. Residents say it's leading to overcrowding. In some cases, 15 people are being housed in a space with 1 or 2 bedrooms. The CBC's Selma Eccles has more.
Lucy Sannertanyuk and her husband are elders. Both earn a pension every month. They live in a 2-bedroom house in Rankin Inlet, and they can have 13 family members staying there at one time. Lucy says her youngest daughter is married and has 3 children, and they have never rented a public unit to call their home.
They don't have housing arrears. They never had a house from housing ever. All our grown kids living with us have all applied for public housing, but never get a house. It seems like forever that they have been waiting to get a house.
They're not alone. Eva Ukatseak is from Arvet. She's living in a 3-bedroom house with her daughter and grandchildren. Eva's other daughter, Joni, had a unit with her family, but a fire caused them to move out. That meant 15 people were living in one house with 1 bathroom. Eva says sharing facilities was a strain because they rely on truck delivery for water and sewage pump out.
The bathroom is the busiest place. Everyone needs to shower daily. We have to wait and take turns, and that gets annoying, and the use of the washer and dryer becomes never ending.
Ukatseak says her daughter Joni is now in Winnipeg with her children until her unit is safe to move back into. Nancy Voisey is a single parent from Well Cove, and she works for the gold mine near Rankin Inlet. She says the only time she has her own room is when she's at the Meladine mine for 2 weeks.
It gives me my own space. I enjoy my job, but it takes me away from my children and grandchildren. I have 9 grandchildren, so I go to Rankin to go spend time with my other grandchildren, and my other 2 moved to Ottawa, so it gets painful.
Voice says she has lived in the South at different times, but to live down there was not easy. She says in Nunavut, health and dental services are free and she gets to be with family. James Ituluk is the acting president of the Qitangmiut Inuit Association. He says the situation in Qitangmiut echoes what all communities in Nunavut face. People need houses to live in.
We would like to see our communities benefit as well. Living in Kitikmeot, the cost of living is one of the highest in Nunavut. The population is not very high, but our communities face housing shortages all the time. The members will have to work very hard once they're elected.
Across the territory, Nunavut told CBC they want change when it comes to the lack of housing. And as voters, they say they hope the newly elected representatives will be able to bring just that. Salma Eccles, CBC News, Rankin Inlet.
Singer Sarah McLachlan has launched an all-female tour.
I was in disbelief that I'd never heard of it before.
Paula Cole, Erica Badu,
Sinead O'Connor, Missy Elliott, Sarah McLachlan, Sheryl Crow, Jewel.
Promoter said, you can't put two women on the same bill. People won't come. And it put a huge fire under my butt to prove them wrong.
Women singer-songwriters in the 90s. They're my Northern Stars.
This is much bigger than what we even thought it could be.
On your marks.
Get set. Miracles never cease.
They're making more money than they have ever made in the history of the music business.
I'm a nanny.
Like Mary Poppins?
It's like the Force. Sorry, have you seen Star Wars?
No.
Very predictable, you know that?
I'm hardly predictable.
Watch me. Follow my every move.
I'm trying very hard not to connect with people right now.
Wonderfully vibrant cuisine.
Salted egg yolk Dungeness crab.
The most generous people you'll ever meet.
We always want to share the best with you. That's how we show love.
Lavish celebrations.
If this is where Filipino food is headed, I'm so proud.
Beautiful.
The city was under a state of emergency.
When you want news,
was found alive.
we are here for you.
CBC News, Ottawa.
And here.
Winnipeg, Whitehorse.
And here.
Cote-du-Lac, Saskatoon,
And here.
Montreal,
Calgary,
Vancouver,
Charlottetown, Dartmouth.
A man purchased this box.
What did he look like?
A man. Normal. Not particularly attractive. And he's standing right behind you.
So, you want to watch the CBC News streaming channel? You can, wherever and whenever you want. Here's how to find us. We're on the CBC News app, on CBC Gem, and on your smart TV. Stream anytime, it's always free. CBC News.
Hello, I'm Paul Andrew. Here's George Tuckaroo with the news.
Thanks, Paul. Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Carol Morin.
That's Northbeat for tonight. I'm Nadira Beg. Good night.
Good evening. I'm Randy Henderson. We start in the Northwest Territories.
Good evening. I'm Kate Kyle.
I'm Hillary Bird.
Shannon Scott.
Juanita Taylor, and this is Northbeat.
A group of Gwich'in speakers in the Northwest Territories is using cutting-edge technology to preserve their ancient language. It's called Virtual Gwich'in, and it's a non-profit group based in Fort McPherson. The group is using artificial intelligence to work towards a system that translates Gwich'in speech into text. James Ross is part of that group. He explains how it all works.
A new world where everybody can say artificial intelligence. So what we did here is a small group of us, we formed a nonprofit to work with some of our stories, document and tell our stories. And in the course of doing that, we were asked, is there anything we can do with our language? And so we searched, and the internet is a good research piece. And we found this group of Native American computer scientists that work in language revitalization with artificial intelligence. So we began working with them almost 3 years ago. And with them, we also found that the leading indigenous group are the Maoris in New Zealand. They have developed a speech-to-text system for their language. So we did a presentation to our community on our project in July. And in that presentation, the Maoris hooked up and gave us a live presentation from New Zealand on their work. And in that presentation, the guy says, I'm going to show you our system. And he spoke to us in his language. And on the bottom of the screen, simultaneously, his speech was translated into their language in their written form, Maori. And simultaneously, it was also translated into English. So speech to text in the indigenous language has been done and is being worked on by the Maori in New Zealand. North America doesn't have it yet. And so that's a 2-year project we're starting here in Fort McPherson. And we started this summer, and we now have a small group of our people that are working on the initial curriculum, which is phase 1. And that comes from the 100 years of work on our language. And then the computer scientists come in, and then they start working with essentially teaching the computer our language so we can have speech to text in Gwich'in. And then it's a 2-year project. So next summer, we will introduce the prototype. And then the following summer of 27, we will have it done. And the plan is then our people, even though there's dialect differences between our communities, there'll be enough there for our people to learn on their own, and we will make this available on everyone's mobile device, whether it's a cell phone or a tablet, whatever. Good gee, no ginjik, juk drin kukun tre gino, no andro kat I re no ginjik gihi. I enjet juk drin no hook edget, no hook trin and kat thak. I go venjet ji gutrit. And that's what we're doing for our young people today.
Ross says Virtual Gwich'in hopes to have a system in place in a few years that allows Gwich'in to begin learning their language and understanding stories and teachings. He says much of the work is being done remotely. Simon Fraser University and Cisco are helping, and an American company that you heard him talk about there called Indigigenius is a partner. The Nunavut Harvesters Support Program is experiencing delays in processing applications. The Kikitani Inuit Association says the delays are due to technical difficulties. QIA says their team is trying to fix the problem and catch up on processing any outstanding applications. No estimate was given for when they hope to have the problem fixed. QIA was not available for an interview. Staying in Nunavut, a Cambridge Bay resident's cabin is at risk of collapsing. Permafrost thaw is putting her home in danger, and she says others are facing the same situation. Carl Cardinal has that story.
Jeannie Yaluak is the Director of Strategic Communication at the Canadian High Arctic Research Station. The hills around her cabin are collapsing, and erosion caused by permafrost thaw is changing the landscape. She's now helping a team of researchers monitor the area.
I couldn't believe how much the landscape is changing. Because that's happening, I have to move my little cabin now because the area where my cabin is, it's slowly starting to fall.
Ialuak added that people are starting to reach out, saying their cabins are also at risk. Emily Coyd is the research manager at Polar Knowledge Canada. She is working from the Canadian High Arctic Research Station in Cambridge Bay. Her team drilled a deep permafrost borehole and is collecting data from the area.
Especially in this region, there's a big hole in permafrost data, which we're trying to support and fill. You can never have enough data either, right? So even in more studied areas, the more data you have, the better models you can make.
Global warming is the main factor driving permafrost thaw. That's according to a report by the Canadian Climate Institute. The report also says thawing permafrost can damage homes, increase construction costs, and raise insurance prices. Meanwhile, Ialuak says she will be moving her cabin this winter. Carl Cardinal, CBC News, Iqaluit.
And that is Northbeat for tonight. For news anytime, go to cbc.ca/north. That is also where you'll find tonight's Leaders Forum for the Yukon territorial election. That starts at 7 p.m. Yukon time, and you can also listen on CBC Radio 1 in the Yukon or stream it live on our CBC North YouTube page, or of course, as I mentioned, on our website, cbc.ca/north. Thank you for watching. I'm Megan Roberts. Have a good night.
The city was under a state of emergency.
Wherever you are.
If your neighbor needs help, it's what we do in Saskatchewan.
Across Canada.
It's a drought in the valley.
One day soon, we hope to have a vaccine.
When you want news.
The chase lasted 39 minutes.
Was found alive.
Can't believe how many people came together to help.
We are here for you.
Can we keep you?
CBC News, Ottawa.
And here.
Winnipeg, Whitehorse,
And here.
Côte-du-Lac, Saskatoon,
And here.
Montreal,
Calgary,
Vancouver,
Charlottetown, Dartmouth,
Banff National Park.
It smells so good in here right now.
My mouth is watering.
This is happiness.
That looks incredible.
Woo!
Lip smacking, finger licking in my belly. Everything has to come together in a very dreamy and tasty way.
Welcome back.
There we are.
Name an emoji.
Eggplant.
The best version of Family Feud. Yes, we said it. The Canadian version.
Watch free on CBC Gem.
You know what? We're going to sue them.
This is David and Goliath.
The unforgettable stories behind the legal battles that changed Canada.
Why do you want to fire me because I'm gay?
One court case at a time.
Do you want to continue the fight? Are you ready?
See You in Court. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
I know this is a lot all at once, but when I think about the future, I can't imagine it without you and Wendy.